Lewis won the Russian Grand Prix. Stay tuned. I'll tell you how. Lewis won the Russian Grand Prix in spectacular fashion. For his 82nd win, he won another race without having the fastest car. A lot of people say Lewis is only winning because he got the fastest car, blah, 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 blah. Here's how Lewis won the Russian Grand Prix. And you can say the second best car. But Ferrari dominated. He dominated the Singapore Grand Prix. Couldn't get around him. Dominated the Italian Grand Prix, Belgian Grand Prix. But in all of that, Lewis only one bringing a fight to him. It's not about having the fastest car. F1 is about having the best driver and a capable car. They don't have to be the best, but they got to give them a chance to compete. Came to Russia, the storyline was it's Ferrari the team to beat. And Ferrari new front wing changed the whole scene in F1. Lewis has admitted that Ferrari got a whole bunch of speed and they're going to be somebody to be reckoned with. Friday in practice, after P1 was over, after the first practice, the clerk had the fastest speed. But Lewis wasn't worried about that because usually in practice on Fridays, they test to see how the tires will work. Which tire is better, which tire is quicker, and for how long, how durable are the tires. P2 came around a few hours after P1 and Max Verstappen was in the lead. At P2, Lewis worked on setting up his car, seeing how long the medium tires will last and how fast it will go. Everybody else, Ferrari, Red Bull, they was trying to see how fast they could go, But Lewis, being Lewis, he was playing chess. And I think everybody else was playing checkers. You can say I'm biased, but that's how I think. He wasn't worried about going the fastest. They were working on their strategy. How fast can the medium tire go and for how long? That right there was going to determine their race strategy. So after they figured that out, Lewis had the third fastest time. Ferrari dominated. They had the two fastest times on practice 3. Practice 3 is on a Saturday, and there's like a couple of hours, maybe an hour before qualifying. Q3, it eliminates the first 5. And Mercedes, they started on the soft tire. In Singapore, they started on the medium tire, which was a mistake. And that cost them the race. One thing about Lewis don't like making the same mistake twice. So this time in Russia, they started on the soft tire. Ferrari started on the soft tire. Red Bull started on the soft tire. 3 braking challenges. Q2 was the first strike in how the strategy going to be for the race. Everybody qualified Q2 on soft tires. Now the tire you qualify your fastest speed, you have to start the race on Sunday with. You got to start the race with. So Lewis did his fastest time on medium tires. Everybody else in the top 10 started on soft tires. Moving on to Q3. Charles Leclerc was the quickest. He was fast all weekend. Lewis could not figure out where Ferrari got that speed, but Lewis wasn't worried about it. Lewis had a long game plan. So everybody expected the Ferraris to start in the front row. But Lewis being Lewis, he split the Ferraris. He came 0.4 tenths of a second slower than Charles Leclerc. Vettel was 0.6 seconds. So starting grid for the Russian Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc 1, Lewis Hamilton 2, Sebastian Vettel 3. Give me a second. So that was the start. And so Max Verstappen, he qualified 4th. In the third row, you had Valtteri Bottas and Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz was the leader of the midfield. Row 4, you had Hulkenberg, P7, and other McLaren, Lando Norris. 5th row, you had Roman Grosjean 9th, and Pierre Gasly and Toro Rosso 10th. So usually when you start the race, the pole sitter starts on the cleanest part of the track. And so when they interviewed the first 3, Lewis, Leclerc, and Vettel, they asked Lewis what's his game plan for winning the race. What's his strategy for putting up with the Ferraris? Lewis said, and this is the most important thing of the race, just planted the seed in Ferrari head. A lot of people not mentioning this. Lewis said, even though I'm gonna start in the front row, first thing I'm gonna do is try to get the slipstream on Charles Leclerc. Now, when I first heard that, I'm like, no, Lewis, why you telling them your plans? But Lewis is smarter than anybody else on that grid. Lewis planted the seed in Ferrari head. Lewis knows that Ferrari be hanging on Lewis every word, just like they did in Singapore when he was like, let's go for the undercut. Mercedes didn't listen to Lewis, but Ferrari did. They pitted Vettel on that next lap, which caused Lewis to win and gained Ferrari to win because they listened to Lewis. So when Lewis said, I'm going to get the slipstream on Leclerc, slipstream is when you started the race, even though Lewis going to start the medium tires and Ferrari on the soft tires, Lewis knew if he had a chance, he had to get in between the 2 Ferraris. That's the thought. That was the game plan Ferrari thought. So Ferrari that night, they devised a plan of Leclerc, stay to the left, let Vettel get behind you, so he can get the slipstream and he can get in the lead. And then you're going to give Leclerc the spot back once both of y'all is in front of Lewis. He's the only one we have to worry about. Because other Mercedes was starting P5, and he was a non-factor. So Lewis took his first step toward winning the race right there because he planted a dummy seed in Ferrari's head and had him come up with that stupid old strategy. Without Lewis saying that, nobody would have thought of slipstream. But Lewis planted that seed in Ferrari's head. So come the next day, Sunday, no chance of rain, it was sunny. Ferrari got up to a great start. Vettel, like planned, he slipstreamed behind Leclerc, and he got the lead into turn one. So at the end of the lap one, you had Vettel P1, Leclerc P2, and Lewis P3. And everybody thought the Ferraris being on the soft tire, which is half a second quicker than the Mercedes on medium tires, they're going to pull away from Lewis. And after 20 laps in time for pit, they'll have a 20-second lead. But Lewis, being a 5-time world champion, he stuck with the Ferraris. Ferrari, on the mean hand, we had a little infight. Vettel was supposed to give Leclerc that spot back, but Vettel didn't want to give the spot back. He said on the radio, "Hey, I don't know what y'all talking about. I would have got him anyway." But that's not true, because Leclerc drove in a straight line. He didn't move left or right. He sat there like a sitting duck. If Leclerc didn't want Vettel to have the slipstream, all he had to do was move to the right on Lewis' side of the track, and Vettel wouldn't have been able to get the slipstream because Lewis would have been there. Lewis would have been there. So poor strategy on Ferrari, bad sportsmanship on Sebastian Vettel. Going back to the multi-21 days with Red Bull and when he hoodwinked Mark Webber and reneged on a bet. You can't trust Vettel. Vettel is a snake. So Ferrari didn't want to upset the apple cart, so they went to plan B. Plan B was they're going to pit Leclerc before Vettel so he could get the undercut. Meanwhile, they went on about their race. They were trying to get a lead over Lewis. But after 20 laps, they only had a 7-second lead on Lewis. Lewis was doing a great job keeping with the quicker Ferraris on faster tires. After 20 laps, Ferrari supposed to be at least 20 seconds up. So at least 10, maybe 10, 15 seconds up on Lewis. But there was only 7. Great job by Lewis is one of the reasons why he did what he did in the race. Vettel pit, Ferrari pitted Charles Leclerc on lap 24. Ferrari finally pitted Leclerc. Immediately, Leclerc was quicker. After he pitted, he was driving a second faster than Vettel. Vettel, seeing the writing on the wall, wanted Ferrari to pit him. He said he'll lose the traction in the rear tires, which is bogus. Ferrari didn't fall for it. They kept Vettel out for 3 more laps. So Vettel finally pitted. On lap 22nd. He was all ready. When he came back after his pit, he was 3 seconds behind Leclerc. His chance of winning the race over. Meanwhile, Lewis, being on the medium tires, didn't have to pit. So he was out there